Divine Feminines, welcome to Larisa Lili Temperance. Today we're doing your Divine Masculine check-in. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't, you guys, so this obviously is a general read for the collective. But you guys know I have strong masculine energies, and for those who are new to my channel, I have strong masculine energies. So I usually pick up messages and guidances from the masculines, usually get them in my sleep. In many ways. What I will say, feminines, sacral energy has been very intense. I've experienced obviously since last week, and for those who watched my last reading know that I've been extremely exhausted. But this week I've experienced sacral energy suddenly. So there is an intensity of, I feel it is a sexual energy, but I also feel just the intensity of how much you're on in the masculine's mind. So there's a few things we'll touch today. I will try to make this video short as possible because I really feel these should just be as good check-ins. Also, due to the fact that I'm also respecting the masculine's guidance in terms of bringing the energy back to ourselves, and so that also stands for me too as well. Okay, which is why I've shifted and posted once a week for now. And of course, I can only do what my energy allows me to do as well with everything else I've got going on, feminines. So anyways, we might touch on divine feminine. We'll touch on divine feminine shadow aspects that I feel masculines wanted me to point out. But let's begin with what's in their heart space. Masculine's heart space right now, definitely tower moments. And I've been feeling that energy for a while, but of beautiful spiritual growth. So there's a lot of tower moments, one internally, and it has to do with breakthroughs within themselves, and it's truly, truly a beautiful spiritual growth. I find them committed to themselves, true temperance energy here, and committed to their physical transformation. So all the things that need to shift in their lives on a physical level that will now show up versus it being on a 5D sitting there. So there is pure transformation. Again, death. We're looking at death, temperance, tower, and then of course, maybe Seven of Wands energy, like just really believing in themselves and just trying to get out of the energy. So the most important message, of course, they want you to know, feminines, you're deserving and worthy of all your desires. So continue to work on you as they work on themselves. So let's see what's the major arcana shift for the masculine spirit. So what is the major arcana shift right now for the masculines? What can you give us for the major arcana shift for the masculines? That's the major arcana shift, Spirit. What can you give me for the masculines? Where are their shifts at this moment? Okay. I mean, that was so funny. We have the Wheel of Fortune, which is a happy change. And this is good because this is a turning point. There is a transition happening. And so your angels have heard your prayers and have banded together to create real and joyful changes in your life. Events begin to move forward and great progress will now be possible. You may need to make some rapid decisions due to the suddenness of activity. Be confident and trust the guidance you receive. And again, I'm telling you, because I love how they mentioned you may need to make some rapid decisions due to the suddenness of activity. And that is that energy that I'm feeling where they're committed to the physical aspects that need to be shifted in their lives. So, this is an actual physical change in their life. Like finally stepping into getting out of that hermit energy and stepping into the emperor, but in a decisive way. And last reading was about decision making and lots of decision making. And so that's okay because, masculines just are, that is just who they are and how they process their emotions and just things that they go through in life, right? So let's see what else the masculines have for us. What else? More energies. Wow, true love, engagement, past life relationship, and playfulness. And I just feel this is that energy I was feeling, you guys, like very much in the masculine's mind space right now. You know, that playfulness is that energy of just thinking about you, very much in their mind, just in terms of intimacy, wanting touch, wanting to just spend time, you know. But this is all like true love, you know, engagement, past life. Like, this is totally recognition here of you and just the journey in itself, you know, and where they're standing at the moment. Here we have let your friends help you. And I feel like this is just their spiritual guidance. Again, also the steps that are required, all the things that they need, the assistance they need, all the actions that they're taking within the physical to bring this transformation to change, right? To manifest, you know, and to really happen and make very big changes. So they are definitely in a place of just making lots of transitions, and obviously that is a lot of maybe people involved, actual, you know, assistance, legal aspects, you name it, it's happening. So what else, Spirit? What else you have for me for the divine masculines? What else do you have for me for the divine masculines? I mean, like feminines, like seriously? I mean, 4 cards. It's the Hermit. Choose wisely, which is the 7 of Cups, and this is the vast of things that are coming into shift and change. The Tower, disruption, and what do we have? Yes, and the heart chakra. And that is just all the growth that's happening within themselves. I do feel that spiritual growth, because the Hermit is also spirituality, right? Recognizing themselves within themselves, and really undergoing this transformation with the Death. I mean, this tower moment, this disruption in terms of towers after towers, but coming into their heart, coming into their truth, right? It's all a good shift. It's the Wheel of Fortune. They have no choice. Here we have the Chariot, things moving quickly. Another 7, right? Because 7 is about spiritual, it's our spiritual journey. It's our inner awareness, and just driving things to succeed, right? So the fact that we have Chariot, positive movement forward, is just a lot of shifts again. And then this here, positive movement forward, this on this deck is the 8 of Pentacles. So again, into physical, bringing it into the physical. We've got the World, and we've got the Lovers. So this is a huge shift, feminines, and obviously a huge turning point in the masculines. So let's just pull some clarifiers. Give me more on the Solitude here. Give me more on this Hermit spirit. The Fool. Yep. That's that new beginning. And honestly, feminines, this is like so consistent with last week's readings. Wow, Page of Pentacles, practical. You know, this is practicality. Again, the Pentacles. Practical steps to this new beginning. That's what this is. Making steps, taking the steps to this new fresh start. They've thought about it a lot during this Hermit time. They're in a place where they obviously want to bring the changes in their life with the 7 of Cups. So let's see, what's this Choose Wisely, Spirit? Give me more on this Choose Wisely. Yep. Look who showed up, the Empress, right? So they know who they're choosing. There's conflict, deception, defeat, right? And this is them really making changes right now with all of this that they've got going on. But with the Empress in mind, right? There's a lot of decisions with the 5 of Swords. A lot of again, standing their ground on what these next steps are. Let me get more on this 5 of Swords. Spirit, give me more on this 5 of Swords. Wow, Queen of Pentacles here. And this could be, again, for some of them, is their karmic partner. So you have the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. It could be who they're with, their karmic partner, and then, of course, you. For some of them, it's just nurturing their finances, right? Getting things in order on a physical level, again, because it's the Pentacles, nurturing their all the things they're juggling, because, again, this is Five of Swords. There's a lot of things that they're doing with the Seven of Cups. There's a vast of things and shifts happening. And last week, I think the Five of Swords came out as well, but it was the Seven of Wands, which is, I think, either the Seven of Wands or the Nine of Wands, again, which is just truly believing themselves and taking the steps to make these shifts. But for a lot of them, it is this financial shift in their life. Give me more on this disruption here. Give me more on the disruption. Tower. What's this Tower? Oh, look what I said. It's Nine of Wands. So this Wands came out last. I think it's been coming out the past two readings already. Nine of Wands. And this is just, again, here it says believe in themselves. So they have to believe in themselves. They're not giving up. This is really taking a lot of stamina, a lot of, with the Tower, again, it is exhausting, right? It can be emotionally draining. It can be soul drenching, you know, and this is not the easiest energy to get through, but they are finally stepping, wow, what did I say, Temperance? Here we go, Temperance. Stepping into their power, right? Balancing themselves, because this is always going to be a balance. It's going to be rough, and then it's going to be them needing to harmonize. So this is where they get to build their resilience. And with this Nine of Wands, there is true resilience with these towers showing up. So let's see what the heart chakra, what do we got with the heart chakra here, feminine? I mean, for our masculines. Yeah, Six of Wands and Five of Pentacles. So we've got two fives here as well. I just want to point that out. And obviously that is change. Fives are change. And again, this is just them struggling on a physical level. Six of Wands, to bring this harmonization within themselves, within their hearts, dropping their pride also, right? Triumphing, because in order to get through these hard times, they can't be in their ego. And Six of Wands can also be ego, right? A lot of pride. This is also strong Leo energy. So for them to really be authentic and come into their hearts, they've got there's a lot of ego death. And look at how this Five of Pentacles, it's like things falling apart. It's like electric. It's like a shock to the body, a shock to the system, which really requires a lot of this Nine of Wands energy, really truly not giving up. Is it exhausting? Yes, but the ego death is never hard. I mean, it's never easy, because that's how your heart, this is automatic. The ego death is automatic. Once the heart is open, there's no way around it. You can't close it. I mean, the heart chakra opening is one of the most painful chakras. Yeah. Here we have Five of Cups, you know, focused, you know, like it's not easy. You go through a lot of stages of ups and downs, depression, like, but this is all leading them to their true North Star here, because we have the star, and truly leading them to their true North Star, where they need to be, where they truly need to be, which is this turning point with the Wheel of Fortune. And then bottom of that was Ace of Pentacles, right? So leading them to a new beginning. And again, Pentacles on a physical level, on a 3D level, changes, many shifts. Spirit, what else can you give me on the masculines? What else can you give me on the divine masculines? I laugh at these energies, because it's so like crazy. See, material world, commitment, things are changing, metamorphosis, because honestly, on a physical level, this metamorphosis is happening. And a lot of you're going to see this from spring and summer, and a lot of readings are also seeing that. So a shift is happening come spring and summer for a lot of you, specifically summer. But during this time, shadow work is happening, and that's really what this is. A lot of dismantling. Distorted masculine is going, you know, awakening. Distorted masculine is bye-bye, you know, with that death of the ego, with the heart. And it's a true physical change. It's showing up within themselves, you know, who they are. You know, like some of your Mexicans, you're not even going to recognize them. Even like their diets may change, you know, just the things that matter to them is going to shift. How they apply themselves in their lives. Maybe a lot of addictions that they have are going away for those who had like lots of codependent habits. In terms of really wanting to detox their whole body. Like I truly feel a big change in that way where it just had, it's such a big shift. Wow, Spirit. So give me more. What are the blockages, toxic blockages here that the masculines are shifting? What are the toxic blockages here that they're shifting on? So we've got illusions. Yeah. Stop lying to yourself. Trust your intuition. And this is all requiring them standing their ground, believing in themselves with this Nine of Wands and this Temperance energy that I was feeling, that, you know, truly committed. And then we have with withered, let go of the old and outdated. And again, this is a release. They're still releasing. They're letting go a lot of the old versions of themselves, the illusions of themselves. And for what? Abundance, right? Because all this was a blockage to manifesting magic into their life, to this wheel of fortune that's coming, this big happy change. So as soon as they release, and that's what I'm saying, this metamorphosis stage is really good because it's just preparing them for the abundance that's to come here, right? We have the twin flame energy sitting right there. For some of them, it's really with this heart awakening, they're awakening to also their empathic abilities, right? Your extra sensitive soul is both a blessing and a curse, and understanding that a lot of their sensitivities were because they were actually empathic, and they were always empathic, right? So in order for them to shut that side of themselves down, some of them again engaged in alcohol, engaged in you know, and any of those drugs, you know, and in excess, because I'm not saying you can't do those things, you know, but honestly, once you go through this journey, you completely cleanse your body. I don't have any desire to engage in any of that stuff. Not that I never did, but like when you're so full of love of source, it's almost like you don't even need any of that stuff. So it just kind of transitions. That's exactly what the awakening is. And I mean, any of you feminines know this, you know, where you've completely cleansed your body, that you don't really care for the stuff or the old version of yourself. And so you recognize your empathic ways, because again, it kind of desensitizes you. All that stuff really just desensitizes you. You know, also how they use sex, just a lot of, you know, toxic ways about them, right? This is about their shadow work, finally having to face themselves and live in integrity, right? Because that's what an empath does also. It's a blessing and a curse. I mean, we all know that. So, honestly, this is a great energy for the masculines. Let's look at what they have to say, and then I'll get into you feminines. What else does the masculines want? And let the feminines know. Unresolved. So much has happened between us in the past. Can we work through it again? And they're very well aware. And I feel like, again, this energy will be, a lot of resolution will come in. Selfish. I love the way you make me feel, but I can't give you the same in return. And at this point, they don't want to be selfish in their energy at this moment while they're in this transition, because it would be selfish of them to come in. And they know that they can't respond to you in the way you want, you know, or in the way that you deserve, which is what that message was that they're saying to you, that I mentioned earlier in the channel messages. You deserving and worthy of all your desires. So continue to work on you as I continue to work on myself, right? And so here we have, first, you are the one, the only one. And that is, I mean, clearly. And then Empress obviously showed up here. So let's see what else we're at. We have 777. So for some of you, and again, you are manifesting your dreams. So this is definitely a change, manifesting energy. And 777 came out, I think, in a few readings already as well. I'm worried that you've moved on and that you may not want me anymore. And of course, in this transition, it's going to cause them some insecurities, right? I will be back soon, don't worry. We know that. I feel like it's all my fault. I know I've messed things up between us. I'm in a lot of pain right now. That's why it's easier to just stay away for now so I can lick my wounds. And again, that's exactly, they're just facing their own tower moments and really making shifts in their lives. Ever since I've met you, nothing in my life seems to make sense anymore. My whole world has been turned upside down. I feel so confused. And that is exactly what this journey will do, right? So the other thing I wanted to mention to you feminines, which they gave me some shadow aspects that they wanted you feminines to work on. And it was, I just wrote the words, so it was showing off, curious, narrow-minded, and overcritical. So let me actually see what's this shift for you feminines right now. So Spirit, give me the big shift for the feminines. And honestly, I feel like those shadow aspects are also mirroring energies, right? Because it's still part of the ego that needs to be released, right? So Spirit, give me the shift for the feminines. What do we got for the feminines, please? There we go. Yep. 6. The Lovers. I mean, open your heart. Allow love to grow and bloom all around you. You've waited for this emotionally fulfilling experience for such a long time, and now the time has come. Make your choices by listening to your heart and then following the steps you're guided to take. Joy will lead you to a vibrant and healthy life. And this is again your own, so you both guys have the heart, right? Opening the heart. And so this is why I'm saying I really do feel wow. And there you go, the Empress, creativity, standing in your power. This has a lot to do with the mirroring aspects of you guys in your hearts. So the shadow aspects of you was to show off, meaning needing to be I mean, when I heard that, I honestly just felt acceptance. Show off meaning needing acceptance of understanding of maybe your journey, and also just validation. So there's still validation that needs to be released, which is part of the ego. You know, we don't need to focus on needing the validations of others, of what we experience, of what we do, or even confirming our healings or seeing other people to see of how much we changed. And so a lot of that has to shift. The narrow-mindedness as well, and I feel that has to do with the focus on the masculine, and so not staying stuck, right? Understanding your Empress energy really, and not staying stuck in this. I really feel that's why they keep telling the feminines to push back their energy, because at the end of the day, it's really blocking you in your mind, because you're too focused on the masculine and not what you need to be doing, you know, in terms of your creativity and abundance here, right, as a feminine. And so wow. And then bottom of that, you guys also have Temperance. So there is a lot of mirroring here for sure. For you feminine. So this is a lot of releasing the connection and taking back your energy. That's the way these shifts happen, feminines. You guys cannot be in this codependent energy, always worried about what the masculine's doing, because it clouds you and you stay stagnant. So really do release those blockages. And then overly critical. And probably overly critical of yourselves, and also probably overly critical on your masculine, right? Your masculine doesn't need that is actually negative energy. Being critical of what your masculine is doing is also kind of judging your masculine. And we're not here to judge, because your masculine's journey is also his own journey, just like it's your own. And if you're in this energy of, well, this is what my DM needs to do, and I wish my DM noticed this, and I wish my DM, you know, would just listen to this. That's kind of mothering. I mean, do you really want a relationship? You need a mother? For me, I don't believe in that. So It's also being mindful of how much trust we have in source. Because if source woke you up, right? If source was here for you, what makes you think source won't be there for your masculine? What source didn't say, hey, feminines, now here's your job. Go tell the masculines what to do. No, source is going to take care of your masculine just like he took care of you. So you have to trust in the divine, you know? So let's see what's the guidance for you, feminines. Wow, see, dark night of the soul. So there's releasing that's happening here. And you know what? Dark night of the souls is not just a one-time thing. It can happen in smaller stages. It's all your life. You're actually going to experience a dark night of the soul. So even the darkest night will end and the sun will rise again. This physical pain, this painful time will eventually pass and will reward you with the new and improved you. Everything will be all right in the end. And that's what I'm saying. You both are mirroring each other for sure. There's a lot of mirroring here. Yeah, I mean, seriously. Death, transformation. You are going through a rebirth right now. All you have ever known is upgraded to become your best self. Be confident in the outcome. And so again, this is your own transformation. This is your own heart awakening as well as the masculines. So you have to understand, this is how you feel each other as well. It's just separately in different ways. It just shows up in your life in very unique, different ways. And that's just how this journey is. But I love that we have here destiny in the bottom. Divine intervention. Whatever's happening right now, it was all orchestrated before you were born. It is all happening for a reason, and it will benefit your growth. Remain positive. And that is what's necessary here. Actually trusting in the divine, that things will shift according to the divine, source. And at the end of the day, this is about being happy for yourself. This is about don't you see how Spirit says your best self? It's not saying you and this person. You're not. Remember, this is a soul evolution, an individual soul evolution. And although you and your twin are sharing a soul, right? They hold your masculine, but that is the difficulty of this journey, where how do you align your soul? And at the end of the day, it's you aligning your soul within the physical body you came in here. So that means you've got to align within your physical body, your masculine and your feminine energy. That is the hardest thing to do, because you have to do it with your energy living in another soul. But that is the task, that is true, it's one of the most difficult spiritual growths you can go through. It's a huge transformation, and it's easy to get stuck. And I have to be honest, a lot of feminines do get stuck because they're too focused idolizing their masculines. This is not about idolizing another human being. Another human being does not need to designate how you evolve. That's just, this is your journey and this is your evolution, and it's also your responsibility to yourself. So feminines, this is your divine masculine check-in. Honestly, I think this is great because things are progressing, and I knew the energies were going to shift, and I'm actually glad to see them shift. So take care of yourselves, feminines. I love you, and I will see you in the next message. So please like, share, subscribe, click that bell button if you enjoyed my frequency. But with that said, live always relentlessly in striving aspiration. This is the evolution of your soul. I'm here to nurture you. Until next message. Bye.